Today's story is Santa's Day Off. Once upon a time, in the enchanting North Pole, the days leading up to Christmas were filled with a whirlwind of activity. Santa Claus and his team of elves worked tirelessly to prepare for the most magical night of the year. But this particular year, Santa had a secret wish of his own to take a day off just like everyone else. As the big day approached, Santa couldn't shake his desire for a break. He felt that it was high time for him to relax and recharge. After all, even Santa deserved a day to unwind. But he knew that the idea of Santa taking a day off would be met with disbelief and concern. One snowy evening, Santa gathered his loyal team of elves and Mrs. Claus in his cozy workshop. He took a deep breath and, with a twinkle in his eye, announced his plan. "Dear friends," Santa began, "I've decided that this year I'm going to take a day off before Christmas Eve. I believe it's time for me to enjoy a little rest and spend quality time with all of you." Gasps of astonishment filled the room. The elves exchanged worried glances, and Mrs. Claus looked concerned. She knew how important Santa's role was in bringing joy to children all around the world. But Santa, one of the head elves, stammered, "Who will deliver the presents? Who will ensure that Christmas goes off without a hitch?" Santa smiled warmly. "Don't worry, my friends. I have a plan. I have trained someone special to take my place for the day, and I have full confidence in them. Besides, the elves and Mrs. Claus are more than capable of managing things in my absence." The elves exchanged curious glances, wondering who this someone special could be. Santa's announcement left everyone with mixed feelings, but they agreed to support his decision. On the designated day, Santa set off early in the morning with a small sachet filled with treats and list of things he wanted to do during his day off. He left behind detailed instructions for the day's operation and introduced the elves to their temporary leader, Jingle, the head elf. Santa's first stop was the local reindeer stable. He decided to spend some quality time with his reindeer friends, feeding them carrots and listening to their joyful stories. The reindeer were delighted to Santa's undivided attention and showed off their graceful leaps and bounding. Next, Santa visited the charming Christmas market in the North Pole village. He marveled at the festive decoration, sampled holiday treats, and shared laughter with the friendly villagers who were overjoyed to see him. As the day continued, Santa explored the snowy forest of North Pole, taking in the peaceful beauty of nature. He met woodland creatures, made snow angels, and enjoyed a peaceful picnic in the wintry wonderland. Back at the North Pole, things were not going as smoothly as usual. The elves were diligently working but couldn't help but worry about the day's impending delivery. They missed Santa's reassuring presence. Meanwhile, Santa had arrived at the local bakery where he helped the bakers prepare batches of delicious cookies. The sweet aroma filled the air, and Santa couldn't resist tasting a few fresh from the oven treats. However, as the hours passed, Santa's heart began to fill with a sense of responsibility. He couldn't help but think about children all over the world eagerly waiting for his arrival. He realized that while taking a day off was wonderful and fulfilling his duties as Santa brought him the greatest joy. With a newfound determination, Santa rushed back to North Pole just in time for the evening preparations. The elves greeted him with relieved smiles and Jingle welcomed him back with open arms. As the clock ticked closer to midnight, Santa, with renewed energy, prepared to embark on his annual journey. He hugged each elf and thanked them for their handwork during his brief absence. Then, with a hearty ho 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 and a wave, he climbed into his sleigh, ready to deliver gifts to children all over the world. Santa's day off had been enjoyable, but it had also taught him that his true calling was to bring happiness and magic to the hearts of children. He was grateful for the opportunity to rest and recharge, but nothing could replace the joy of spreading Christmas cheer. The night passed in a blur as Santa visited homes, leaving presents and hearing the laughter of children. When the sun began to rise, he returned to the North Pole exhausted but fulfilled. The elves greeted him with applause and Mrs. Claus has prepared a warm, hearty breakfast. Santa realized that he had the most wonderful and dedicated team, and together they had made Christmas special again. As the day broke, Santa and his team gathered around the fireplace. Santa thanked everyone for their support during his day off and shared his newfound appreciation for the magic of Christmas. The room filled with warmth, laughter, and a sense of togetherness. And so, the tale of Santa's day off became a cherished story in North Pole, a reminder that even Santa needs a break sometimes, but that his heart and dedication to bring joy to the world were unwavering. You were listening to Santa's Day Off. If you have enjoyed this audiobook, then please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for being a Word Teller listener. We will be back with another audiobook shortly. Until then, happy listening.